Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our English lesson. Today, we're learning how to take a taxi in English. This is very useful for travelers and everyday life. You'll hear a real conversation between a passenger and a taxi driver. I'll also explain the important phrases step by step. Let's begin. Hi, everyone. I'm your instructor, and if you continue watching the lesson, you can download the PDF with all the phrases and expressions that we learned today. So let's get started. Stopping a taxi.
Excuse me. Taxi.
Yes. Where are you going?
I'd like to go to the train station, please.
Sure, hop in.
When you want to stop a taxi, the easiest way is to say taxi. If you see a taxi driving by, you can say, "Excuse me, taxi." But it's not necessary. Sometimes it's hard to grab their attention. After they stop, the driver will ask, "Where are you going?" So you must say your destination. You can start with "I'd like to go to them." This is a very polite way to say where you want to go. Instead of saying "I want to go," "I need to go," we use "I'd like to go," which is more common. Also, when the driver says, "Sure, hop in," he means you can get inside the car. Hop in is informal. Now listen to the audio again. Now I want you to repeat after me. Now let's continue. Confirming the address.
Which train station do you mean? Central or East?
Central Station, please.
Okay. Do you have the address?
Yes, here it is.
Perfect. Let's go.
When you confirm your destination, if there are many places with the same name, clarify which one you mean. For example, 2 train stations, Central and East. The driver asks, "Which train station do you mean?" It has 2 possible answers. Central Station, please, or East Station, please. If you want to show your address on your phone or on a paper, you can say, "Here it is." This is a very handy expression. Now listen to the audio again. Now I want you to repeat after me. Okay, now let's keep practicing. We have an exercise to practice confirming addresses. Write down 3 possible destinations in your country. Write the full address for each place. Then read your addresses aloud and imagine you're talking to a taxi driver. Say, "Which place do you mean?" and then respond with one of your addresses. Repeat this until you finish all the addresses. Take your time and enjoy. Asking about the fare.
How much will it cost, approximately?
Around $15, depending on traffic.
That's fine. Could you please turn on the meter?
Of course.
Before getting into the taxi, it's good to know approximately how much the taxi will cost. So you can ask, "How much will it cost, approximately?" The driver might reply, "Around $15. He's giving an estimate because the price depends on different things. For example, traffic. If there's heavy traffic, the trip will cost more. If the driver turns on the meter calculates the price based on the distance and time. You can say, "That's fine," and ask him to turn on the meter. The driver replies, "Of course." Now listen to the audio again. Now I want you to repeat after me. Now let's keep practicing. We have an exercise to practice asking about the fare. Imagine that you took several taxis before and the prices were always different. You ask the new taxi driver,
How much will it cost, approximately?
He answers, "Around $20. Now what would you say? Write down what you want to say in the comments below. Small talk during the ride. Where are you from?
I'm from Spain.
Oh, welcome. Is this your first time here?
Yes, and it's a beautiful city.
In the taxi, sometimes the driver makes small talk. It's not necessary, but many times drivers like to chat with passengers. You may not want to talk, but if you do, this is a good opportunity to practice your English. As in this example, the driver asks, "Where are you from?" You can answer, "I'm from Spain." Notice the pronunciation of Spain, a little trick. If you want to make it easier to pronounce, you can say, "I'm from the United States." The United States is correct. You can also say the US, you can also say America, although United States is more correct. So the driver says, "Oh, welcome." He's welcoming you to that city. Welcome is a greeting. And then he asks, Is this your first time here? This question is also polite. Many times when people travel, they visit new cities, so it's good to ask this. If you're visiting that city for the first time, you can say, yes, and it's a beautiful city. Saying something nice about the city is a good idea. Now listen to the audio again. Now I want you to repeat after me. Now let's keep practicing. We have an exercise to practice small talk. Ask the person next to you, where are you from? Listen to his or her response and answer with an appropriate question. For example, if the other person says, I'm from France, you can respond with, wow, I've always wanted to visit France. What brings you here? Then continue practicing more questions and responses. Try to talk a few minutes, giving directions.
Excuse me, could you take the highway instead of the city road?
Sure, no problem. Thank you.
I'm in a hurry.
Got it.
In the middle of the trip, if you want to give directions, you can say, excuse me, and then make your request. In this example, the passenger says, could you take the highway instead of the city road? Drivers usually don't mind if you ask them to take another road. The driver replies, sure, no problem. Thank you. And then you can add, I'm in a hurry. This means you need to arrive quickly. So I'm in a hurry. Now listen to the audio again. Now I want you to repeat after me. Okay, now let's keep practicing. We have an exercise to practice giving directions. Imagine you're driving in a taxi and the places you normally pass are different. Ask the driver to take a different road, start with excuse me, and then continue with the sentence. Could you then write down what you want to say in the comments below? Arriving at the destination, here we are, Central Station. Great, how much is it? It's $15. Here you go. Keep the change. Thank you. Have a nice day. You too. Bye. When the taxi arrives at the destination, you need to pay. So ask, how much is it? The driver will tell you the total fare. Then you can say, here you go. This is a polite way to give money. When you give the exact amount, the driver should say, thank you, and give you the change. But sometimes they don't give you the change. In this case, you can say, keep the change. You say it when you don't need the driver to return the extra money. Then you can say, thank you, and end the conversation with, have a nice day, and the driver says, you too, and they both say, bye. Now listen to the audio again. Now I want you to repeat after me. Okay, now let's keep practicing. We have an exercise to practice arriving at the destination. Pretend that the taxi just arrived at your destination. What would you say? Write down what you want to say in the comments below. Congratulations! You finished another English lesson. Thanks for watching. See you in the next lesson.